Hey everybody, John Peterson from John Peterson Photography here with another edition of Which One Works. This is my series bringing you into my head and my critique of my own images to decide which one image works better than the other. Oftentimes it's just subtle differences between images that makes one significantly better than another. And so in this series, I'm grabbing a few of my images and explaining to you how I go through my decision-making process to decide on which one I want to process and then post either on my website or social media or any of that kind of stuff. So Which One Works is kind of a fun little thing for me to do, and I hope you enjoy it. I've been getting a lot of positive comments, especially from this guy. So, sit back, enjoy this episode that I shot along the Oregon coast. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this image that I shot. This was during one of my workshops in the Oregon coast near Yachats, and I like this channel of water that I found. And folks, normally when I'm on location, I'll shoot a couple of different compositions of the same location. So I might slightly adjust the focal length, slightly adjust the tripod position, even the tripod height up and down. And then at the beach, shooting the coastline, you always have the variations in water motion. And the things that I love about this scene and this shot right here is I've got this beautiful channel of water that goes all the way out into the frame, all the way and takes you out into the ocean. It's a really uninterrupted, it's a smooth pathway, a smooth leading line to take you out to the coastline. I've then got another channel over here on the right that dead ends into some rocks, but it kind of gives you also a repeating pattern. So I've got the smoothness of this path leading you out into the background. I will say that the majority of this image is in the foreground. It's really the rocks and the water motion in the foreground, not the midground or the background. Those are just minor supporting cast members in this composition. So then the next image that I took in the same location, this next one has been processed more than the first image that you're seeing here, but the next one is this. And it's a slightly, I moved the camera just a little bit. And what you'll notice on the left is I still have sort of a leading line in the water going out into the background, and I have the water channel on the right. But it's a very different feel. I've got a lot more water motion in this shot than I did in the previous shot. Here the water is kind of a non-element, but in this shot there's a lot more energy and a lot more dynamic qualities to the water than in the first shot. Some people might say that this large rock right in the middle is a bit of a visual impediment. And I think I would agree with that. And that was one of my first reactions to this rock, is that it's a bit of a visual impediment. Now let's go back and look at the first shot, which is this, and it's kind of off to the side. It's not as large, and so it's less of a visual impediment than it is here. So my initial reaction to this shot was that it was difficult to get past these rocks into the background. But when I stopped and thought about this a little bit more, I really feel that the majority of this image and all of my interesting things are in the foreground of this shot. I've got this cool little rock poking out of the bottom of the frame. I've got beautiful water motion. I've got a lot of detail in this big rock right in the middle of the frame. The rest of the image is not as much importance. It's just not as important. The sky, yep. I don't have a lot of cool color, but I've got some great drama. I've got drama in both of these skies. I think I like the sky better in this first shot than I do in this second shot. But I chose this shot because I think this one has a lot more visual interest for somebody than this particular shot. This is quiet, it's subdued, the water's not really a factor in this shot. It's more about the shape of the rocks. Notice how the rocks curve. But this shot has a lot more energy and dynamicism to it than the previous shot. So this is why I think this one works. Do you agree? Great. Awesome. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more in this series and keep on shooting. Have a great day. Bye-bye.